You ever met a guy who doesn't even try? Like, he's not the most handsome dude in the room, he's not the loudest, he's not dropping money on bottle service or doing backflips for attention. But for some reason, girls keep gravitating toward him. They find excuses to talk to him, they text first, they bring him up in conversations he wasn't even part of, and you're standing there thinking, bro, what does he have that I don't? I'll tell you exactly what he has, and it's nothing you can buy, nothing you can fake. It's a set of behaviors, a way of carrying himself, a set of habits so deeply wired into who he is that women feel it before he even opens his mouth. And here's the kicker. Most guys do the complete opposite of these things. They think chasing harder will work. They think doing more will work. They think being nicer, being more available, sending longer texts, making bigger gestures will flip some switch in her brain and suddenly she'll be obsessed. It doesn't work like that. It never worked like that. Attraction doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. And today, I'm breaking down the 7 things that flip that energy in your favor. So she's the one thinking about you. She's the one reaching out first. She's the one wondering why she can't stop thinking about you. Let's get into it. Number 1, you have a life she wants to be part of. Here's something no one talks about enough. The most attractive thing a man can have isn't abs. It's not a sports car. It's momentum. When a woman looks at your life and thinks, wow, something is happening here, I want in, that's when the chase begins. Most guys make themselves completely available. No plans, no projects, no energy in their eyes. They're just sort of there, waiting. And waiting is repelling. A man with momentum, a man who's building something, learning something, working towards something, that man has gravity. She orbits him because there's something worth orbiting. So ask yourself right now, what are you building? What gets you up in the morning besides her? Because if the honest answer is nothing, that's not a dating problem, that's a life problem. Fix the life first. The attraction follows automatically. Number 2, you don't treat her like she's the prize. This one is going to sting a little, so stay with me. When you put a woman on a pedestal, when you treat her like she's the most incredible thing to ever breathe oxygen near you, you don't make her feel special. You make her feel like the authority. And when she's the authority, she controls the frame. And when she controls the frame, she gets comfortable. And comfortable is not the same as attracted. Hard to impress doesn't mean cold. It doesn't mean rude. It means you have standards. It means you've been around women before, and you're not shaking in your boots just because this one smiled at you. Example, she says something like, I've been told I'm intimidating. Most guys go, no way, you're so sweet. You say, yeah, I can see that. You've got that look like you know exactly what you want, and I respect it. See the difference? You acknowledged it. You didn't flinch. That's the energy that hooks her. Treat her like an interesting human you're genuinely curious about, not a goddess you need to earn. Number 3, you're completely unbothered when she pulls away. This is where most guys collapse. She goes quiet for a day. She posts a story and doesn't reply to your text. She's suddenly busy, and the average guy panics. He double texts, he sends the "Are you okay?" message, he starts analyzing every word of the last conversation looking for what he did wrong. And all of that, every single bit of it screams one thing: I am not okay without your attention. That is the most unattractive signal a man can send. Here's what the guy she ends up chasing does. Nothing. He keeps living. He goes to the gym, handles his business, hangs out with his boys, and when she comes back, and she will come back, he's just normal. Hey, what's up? No guilt trip, no passive aggression, no dramatic, I thought something happened to you. Just calm, grounded, still moving. That unbothered energy makes her wonder why you're not falling apart. It makes her curious. It makes her chase. Number 4, you say less than you think you should. Mystery is not a game. Mystery is a natural byproduct of a man who doesn't feel the need to over-explain himself. Most guys talk too much when they like a girl. They fill every silence. They send the long texts that answer questions she didn't even ask. They explain their whole life story in the first week because they're secretly trying to prove they're worth sticking around for. But here's the truth. The more you explain yourself unprompted, the less intriguing you are.
Intrigue comes from incompleteness. When she has to wonder a little, when she has to ask follow-up questions, when she leaves the conversation feeling like she only got a piece of you, that is when she keeps coming back for more. Try this. Next time you're texting her and you feel the urge to send 3 paragraphs, cut it to 2 sentences. Next time you're in conversation and you want to tell a long story about yourself, give her half of it and stop. Let her ask what happened next. Give people room to be curious about you. Silence isn't awkward. Silence is interesting when you own it. Number 5, you lead without asking permission. This one is massive, and the guys who figure this out early have a completely different dating life than everyone else. Women don't want to make all the decisions. They want a man who takes the wheel with confidence. Not control, not manipulation, leadership. There is a massive difference. When you ask her 15 questions before deciding where to eat, when you say, "I don't know, whatever you want," every single time, when you're always waiting for her to set the agenda, she stops feeling that masculine pull. She starts feeling like she's dating a yes man, and yes men are not attractive. Next time you're making plans, don't say, "What do you want to do?" Say, "I'm thinking we go to this spot downtown. Kind of low-key, good food, you'll like it." If she has a preference, she'll say so, but you led, and leadership is one of the most attractive things a man can embody because it communicates, "I've got this," and "I've got this" is deeply attractive on a biological level. Lead with confidence, adjust based on her input. That's the balance. Number 6, you have standards she can feel. Here's where guys go wrong. They think having standards means rejecting women. It doesn't. Having standards means you know what you bring to the table and you expect something real in return. It means you don't just accept bad behavior because you're afraid she'll leave. It means you're comfortable holding your ground even when it's uncomfortable. And women test this, not because they're evil, not because they're playing games, but because they're wired to figure out if you actually have a spine. And the way they test it is by doing something slightly off, canceling last minute, being dismissive, giving you one-word answers when you've been warm, and they watch what you do. Most guys fold immediately. They apologize for nothing, they chase, they try harder. You don't. You stay calm. You respond like a man who knows his time is valuable. She cancels an hour before. You say, "No worries, hope everything's okay. Let me know when you're free." Not cold, not dramatic, just grounded. And that groundedness tells her everything she needs to know about who you are. And this is the one most guys never figure out. You're genuinely okay with losing her. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me because this is the actual foundation of everything we've talked about. Every behavior that makes a man attractive, every habit that makes a woman chase, every energy shift that creates that magnetic pull, it all comes from one root belief: I am enough without her validation. When you genuinely believe that, when it's not an act, not a strategy, but a real deep knowing that your life has value and direction and fullness with or without any particular woman in it, everything changes. Your texts change, your energy in conversation changes, the way you respond when she pulls away changes, the way you handle rejection changes. You stop shrinking to fit into what you think she wants, and you start just being exactly who you are. And ironically, that authenticity, that confidence, that "I'm good either way" energy is the most powerful magnet that exists, because you become a man she could genuinely lose, and the possibility of losing someone real is what makes a woman hold on. Look, I'm not telling you to play games. I'm not telling you to be cold or act like you don't care. I'm telling you to actually build something worth caring about inside yourself. Because a man who has real momentum, real standards, real emotional stability, a man who leads and listens and doesn't crumble the second a girl goes quiet, that man doesn't have to chase. He doesn't even have to try. He just has to show up, and she feels it. If you recognized yourself in any of these, if you've been doing the opposite of what I just broke down, drop a comment right now, because most guys don't even realize they've been running the wrong playbook their whole lives, and that's not a failure, that's just no one ever showing you the right one. Now you've seen it. Now you've got no excuse.